Hello everyone, it's Miss Melody. Today we will be reading a book. It's called A, B, C. What is this called on a book? The front cover. And what is this called? The spine. And what is this called? The back cover. Very good. What does the author do? Writes the words, and the illustrator draws the picture. In this book, Dr. Seuss is the author and the illustrator. He's the one that made this book. And when we open our book, we come to this page. What is this page called? The cover page. Very good. Tells you what the book's going to be about. What do you think this book's going to be about? A, B, C. What do you think that's going to be about? And when you turn the pages, you turn them from left to right. Big A, little a. What begins with letter A? What begins with the letter A? Aunt Annie's alligator. The A says the A says Every letter makes a sound. The A says What word can you think of that would start with the letter A for Big B, little b. What begins with B? What do you see begins with B? For B. Barber, Barbie, Bubbles, and a bumblebee. Big C, little c. What begins with C? Camel on a ceiling. C. Can a camel really be on a ceiling? What do you think could be with the letter C? Big D, little d. David, Donald, dreamed a dozen donuts and a dog too. And the D says D. What word can you think of that begins with the letter D? A, B, C, D. Little e, ear, egg, elephant. What word can you think of that begins with the letter E? Big F, little f. 4 fluffy feathers on a fluffy fling. What can you think of that begins with the letter F? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Goat, girl, googly, gogglies, for G. What word do you think can begin with the letter G?
G.
Big H, little h. Hungry horse, hay, hen in a hat, hooray, hooray. What do you think can begin with the letter H? Big I, little I. I spot is itchy, so am I. What can you think of that begins with the letter I? Big J, little j. What begins with J? Jerry, Jordan's, jelly, jar, and jam begins that way. What word can you think of that begins with the letter J? Big K, little k. Kidded, kangaroo, kick, a kettle, kite, and a king's kachoo. What can you think of that begins with the letter K? Big L, little Louie loop, left leg, Larry line, licks a lollipop. What can you think of that begins with the letter L? Big M, little m. Many mumble mice are making midnight music in the moonlight, mighty nice. What can you think of that begins with the letter M? Big N, little n. What begins with these? 9 new night ties on a night shirt and a nose. What can you think of that begins with the letter N? O is very useful. You use it when you say Oscars only ostrich oiled in orange O today. What can you think of that begins with the letter O? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. What letter do you think comes next? P. Painting pink pajamas, policeman in a pail, Peter's, Pepper's, puppy, and now Papa's in a pail. What can you name that begins with a P? Have you been noticing something also about this ABC book? It has rhyming words in it. Big Q, little q. What begins with Q? The quick queen of quince and a quacky quicker duck. What can you name that begins with the letter Q? Big R, little r. Rosie, Robin, Rose. Rosie's going riding on her red rhinoceros. Can we really ride a rhinoceros? What begins with the letter R? Big S, little s. Silly, Sammy, slick. Sit 6 sodas and got sick, sick, sick. What can you name that begins with the letter S? T, T. What begins with T? 10 tired turtles on a tuttle, tuttle tree. Big U, little u. Waited. What begins with U? Uncle Er's umbrella and his underwear too. Ooh, underwear. We said underwear. Oh no. What do you know that would begin with the letter U? Big V, little v. Vera, Violet, Vinny is very, very, very awful on her violin. Ain't we learning something about a violin? What are we learning about a violin? Last week when we were in school, what are we learning? It has a violin in it. What can you name that begins with the letter V? WW. Willie, Waterlog, Wash, Warren, Wiggins, who is washing, Waldo, Wool. What can you name that begins with the letter W? X is very useful, and your name is Nicky Knock. It also comes in handy spelling X and an extra box. What can you name that begins with an X? Big Y, little Y, a yawning yellow yak, young Yoda Gerson is yelling on his back. What can you name that begins with the letter Y? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, and Y. What is next? Is it A? Is it M? I heard that. Someone said it is Z. Big Z, little z. What begins with Z? I do. I am a ziggly, zaggly, Seuss, as you can plainly see. What else can you name with the letter Z? And that is the end of the story. So in the comment, put some ideas that you could think of that would start with the ABCs that we just read today. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Good night. Goodbye.